Everybody shut up. Grace. Oh, this is making me nervous. Good morning, Blue Jays. Today is September 10th, 2021, and today's show is going to be a little somber towards the beginning, so we can honor the lives lost in the terrorist attack of 9/11. On September 11th, 2001, at 8:46 a.m., the first plane hit one of the World Trade Center. 17 minutes later, the next plane crashed into the second building. The terrorist group, Al-Qaeda, was behind it all by hijacking passenger planes in order to create a suicide bombing. At 9:45 a.m., the Pentagon was attacked, creating even more chaos. In the last hijacked plane, passengers took action quickly and stormed into the cockpit in order to land the plane in an empty field, only killing the passengers aboard, but saving the lives of thousands of others. It officially hit the ground at 10:10 a.m. around Shanksville, Pennsylvania, with some of the last words recorded from a passenger on board, quote, "Let's roll," end quote. Here at KLHS, we are honored to do our part and remember the tragedy of 9/11. Now, please, for a moment of silence for the 2,996 lives lost and the many families who were affected by the attack. Let's head over to an interview with our very own reporter, Megan, with Mrs. Parker.
Hello, I'm Megan Gifford with KLHS, here with Mrs. Parker on 9/11, and I was just wondering how you feel about 9/11 and how can we still remember this event even though there's no school tomorrow?
Obviously, it was a very tragic time in American history. I remember it vividly as I was teaching high school at this time over in Leavenworth, Kansas. Leavenworth, Kansas has a huge Army Fort Leavenworth there in the town, and so it had a direct impact on my students as many of their fathers, mothers were deployed immediately in response to 9/11. So in order to remember it, it is something that it's important for everyone to do. Not just on the anniversary, but really every day as we appreciate our men and women who serve, and we should appreciate them every day, but especially tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Parker. This is Ben Gifford signing off for KLHS.
Thank you, Megan and Mrs. Parker. Even though I know a lot of us were not alive or too young to have been around for 9/11, but there are many things we can do to remember the moment. There's lots of stories that are meant to be shared, but please note that this is a sensitive topic and be courteous to others. This, Jays, is KLHS.
What is going on, Jays? Now I know mindlessly scrolling on TikTok or playing Call of Duty until 1 a.m. or just watching Netflix for hours until Netflix subtly shows you a "Are you still watching?" screen, and you're filled with shame as you realize you spent 5 hours watching Grey's Anatomy. These are all things us average teenagers have done and continue to do every day. In fact, most kids around the world would agree they also partake in these activities daily. But kids in China are now being restricted to playing video games during the week. Last week, China created a law stating minors will only be allowed to play an hour playing time between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Friday, weekends, and public holidays. China created this law to cut down on the country's massive gaming industry and to make minors focus more on school and improve their physical and mental health. Now, the real question is China starting a trend for the rest of the countries? Could we possibly see future restrictions and laws on how much screen time minors have? So far, the US has made no comment on the topic at all, but of course, that could always change. So just remember, Jays, next time you're playing video games or spending time on social media for hours on hours, be a little grateful. That's all I've got for you today. For KLHS, my name is Allie Collier. Happy scrolling, Jays.
Thank you, Allie. Welcome back, Blue Jays. Now for a little bit more of a happier emotion, feeling. Enough sad for at least right now. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday and happy first Red Friday of 2021. The Kansas City Chiefs will play at their home opener against the Cleveland Browns this Sunday at 3:25 p.m. The Chiefs are coming off an AFC championship victory, and the Browns are coming off their first playoff appearance in a very long time. Both teams are very good, so this will be a good game. Moving on to some of our school announcements, our LHS leadership class has organized a brief, meaningful presentation to commemorate 9/11. The brief presentation will be emailed out to all staffs and students later this morning after watching KLHS. Also, we are excited to share that our LPS Employee Recognition Program, the SOAR Awards, returns to the 2021-2022 school year. LPS Superintendent Dr. Jeremy Tucker and the leadership team members will surprise several LPS staff members each month to present them with a certificate and special gift card made possible by our Liberty Education Foundation, who are sponsoring the program again this year. This is the best way for those to give teachers a special thanks that might have saved you or been there for you when you felt like no one else was. I know teachers here at LHS genuinely care about their students, and many schools don't get that opportunity, so we are lucky to have them. Give them something back, Jays. It's the least we can do. Moving on, another special thing in our school is all the participation in the latest fashion trends. I'm big on fashion. I love to shop and everything. I love to look cute, feel good. I have taken notice of all of you guys going out of your way to pull off some really cool looks, and so has Kyman. Let's head over to our reporter Kyman Warman to get a deeper look in today's fashion trend.
Pop culture has expressed the importance of fashion in a public setting, but even at LHS, fashion choices do hold some significance. And while a lot of fashion-related choices come from cultural influences or fads, Senior Teray Watkins says that her motivation for fashion stems from a personal responsibility.
Ever since I was a little girl, my mama always told me when you go out the house, make sure you look presentable. So I kind of carried that through life. But also, I feel like I just want to look good myself, so it kind of motivates me to get up and put something nice on when I go to school.
And on the other hand, Senior Lauren Slocum says her passion for fashion stems from her own interest.
It's just a way to express yourself, and honestly I think it's kind of nice to put together outfits. It's like a hobby.
Lauren also hints at some new trends that she sees at LHS.
So I really think people are trying to bring back the early 2000s looks with like the low-rise jeans and the tight like small shirts, but then also we're going more into like vintage stuff. It really just depends on like the type of person you are.
A similar idea hinted by
I
Teray.
think that one thing that's very trendy in our school is like mom jeans. I see a lot of people wearing mom jeans and they actually look good. I haven't really got into them, but I think they look good on a lot of people, so I think those are definitely popular.
Sophomore Malachi Bai, whose style leans more towards streetwear, says he sees a diverse representation of fashion styles here at LHS.
I think everyone's way of dressing is different. I see a lot of different stuff every day.
In fact, Malachi's love for shoes has allowed him to gain a platform on TikTok.
With this one video that I just took like videos of people's shoes and I rated it, and I guess that had 100,000 views, I think, and then it got me to 16K followers on TikTok.
But with ever-changing trends and styles, it can be hard to find out where to start in your clothing journey. So I asked our fashion enthusiasts for their favorite places to shop.
I shop on this app it's a shoe app called GOAT, and then I shop on this designer called Romwe.
I usually go to Nike, but most of the time I just hit up thrift stores. I really like the Goodwill bins. It's really cheap and it's fun to dig through big bins of clothes.
Definitely Forever 21, JCPenney, Walmart. Walmart got all the good graphic tees, so make sure you shop there.
Signing out with KLHS, this is Kyman Warman.
Thank you, Kyman. I am really loving all the looks and diversity we have here at the school. I personally think the early 2000s trends are making a comeback and are coming back better than ever. Speaking of back and better than ever, tonight's Friday Night Lights at Lee Summit North and our football players are ready to fight. Let's head over to Brock Krusky for our Friday Night Lights Sport Report.
Good afternoon, Jays. I'm Brock Krusky here with the Friday football preview. Tonight's game is Liberty's first away game of the season as they travel to Lee Summit North to face the 8th-ranked Broncos at 7 p.m. The Broncos are undefeated on the season, winning the first 2 of their games, while Liberty is coming off a loss to Liberty North. So what do the Jays need to do to secure a victory in tonight's tough matchup? First, Liberty needs to get the wheels going early on offense. In their first 2 matchups, the Jays allowed 28 combined points before scoring their first touchdown. Lee Summit North has some explosive pieces offensively, so they can't afford to get into a 2-score hole early on. They might struggle against the Broncos, but they can adjust. Lee Summit North hasn't allowed a single point to be scored in the first half this year. Actually, they've outscored both opponents 48-0 in the first half of their game so far. It's crucial that Liberty breaks that barrier and finds the end zone early. Second, Liberty needs to limit big plays. The Broncos have a pretty balanced offense, although they've ran the ball a lot over the first 2 games. They haven't had a key player rush for over 100 yards. Their quarterback is an efficient passer, but Liberty has a pretty stout secondary that features a lot of speed along the perimeter. Even with this, the Jays need to focus their attention on stopping the run, as they've struggled to do this during the first 2 of their games. If Liberty can manage to limit Lee Summit North's impact in the run game and flex their speedy and athletic secondary, they can definitely win this game. Overall, though, Liberty's first 4 games are very hard matchups. Tonight's might be their biggest challenge yet. However, Lee Summit North has several D1 athletes on their roster. Once again, tonight's game is at 7 p.m. at Lee Summit North High School. My name is Brock Krusky, and I'll be back with a breakdown from tonight's matchup on Monday.
Thank you, Brock. KLHS is crossing our fingers for a fantastic game tonight. That's all we have for today, so please stand and put your hand over your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For KLHS, this has been Allie Collier, Kyman Warman, Brock Krusky, and the rest of our amazing production crew that makes this whole show run smoothly. Please remember to view the slideshow emailed to you by our leadership class over the 9/11 event. I am Claire Hamilton. Keep on keeping on, and let's have a big Blue Jay win tonight. See you later, Jays.